What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Get Real Bass Fishing. Today we're talking about something that I've been getting some questions about, and that's trailers on bucktails. I don't want to be sitting on this truck. Let's go to the tackle table and talk about it. Let's go. Alrighty, so we are back to the tackle table, and we're talking about bucktails and trailers you can put on bucktails. There's a lot of these. These work really well. These are jig strips in red. They basically just have a little hole on the front. You put it onto your bucktail like that and it works. This is a jig strip. There's some that are called otter tails and whatnot. A bunch of companies make their own, so you can find a bunch just like this. And they're just a little bit stronger than soft plastics like what we're going to talk about today. But you can put that on, work fantastic. I'll link a bunch of different companies down in the description below, that way you guys can get it. But we have a bucktail here, and one thing I do freshwater and saltwater fishing, so I always have different types of gears laying around, sitting in different spots in my truck or upstairs, whatever it might be. I've got craws here, another craw. This one's not so much a craw, but more like a creature bait. And then we got my favorite, the Carl's Amazing Baits swim jig, swim bait jig, swim bait. So I'm gonna show you guys what I do with each of these. You know, sometimes I have a chartreuse bucktail, but most of the time it's either chartreuse or white and red. I love white and red, works just as well as chartreuse, and chartreuse works just as well in there. But there's different types of color that you use for different water. I like using chartreuse bucktail with the chartreuse trailer in muddy or murky water, and I like using white and red in either the murky or clear water. So that's the color of bucktail that I use. A lot of times I'm using the chartreuse color trailer or swim bait for this, or the red jig strips. So I'll show you how to rig them here. So basically, you can just cut off the head. That way you have a flat surface right there. That way it meets up with the hook and the head well. With this, it's just time and places to shred, and you lose your bait that way. So basically all I do, just so you guys can follow, I push it down on the hook point right there, and you're gonna see it's just gonna end up twisting like that and work there. All right, so let me do that for you and I'll show you what it looks like. A lot of times you're going to be rigging it like this, and right where that hook bend is right here, you're going to push a little bit further and then straight up. You want that hook point to come out in that center part of that bait, or you're going to be jigging weird and it's going to come out sideways. It's just going to be weird. Push the bucktail out of the way and then feed that bait up. That way the swim bait isn't awkwardly sitting there and it's not pushed up too far and it's not going to tear. So there you have a swim bait trailer on a bucktail. I like this because as it goes down, it does that little swim bait action there, as opposed to this, all it is going down like that. This has the paddle tail and really does some attracting to the fish. So that's your swim bait trailer. So in yesterday's video, I talked about the 10,000 Fish company and how they make those little tiny swim baits. They also make little craw baits too. So these basically look like, you know, crawfish, little lobsters, or anything that, like little crabs or whatnot. I mean, it doesn't look like a crab per se, but it has the pinchers. And these are actually really highly scented. So I'm gonna just basically figure out how far I'm gonna push this and whether or not I need all these appendages or these segments on this bait. So I don't need this top one. Taking that off, now it's a little bit shorter and it has that square point, meets up here well. The hook point is actually going to come out of this meatier part of this bait. Same thing, we're just going to work it through the bait up until that hook point and then put it out center. When you're using soft plastics for bucktails, you're most likely going to be using a lot more bait because they are soft plastics. They're going to be tearing a lot, shredding a lot, so it's great action for the bucktail. It has great action, like I'll show you with these, with the appendages on these. When that goes through the water, That's deadly. Even in freshwater, those appendages are deadly. These have, I don't know if you guys can see it, they have like lips on those claws. That way it catches the water and really goes like that when it goes down or swims or whatnot. So it's really going to be attracting some crazy fish. But it does look like a little lobster or a little crab, and it's some action. But I prefer using this kind of stuff. It's a lot tougher. Like you can't break that. You do that on one of these, you're snapping off an appendage immediately. Like if you're fishing for bluefish, you're probably gonna lose a bunch of claws and have to replace it a lot. But the action is beautiful on it. Again, I'll link this product in the description below if you guys want to purchase it. But I like the way that looks. Now if I was using a bucktail with the same color as this, or even brown or whatnot, sand eel, I could probably do some damage. Like I said, we used the craw for this trailer, we used a swim bait as a trailer for this bucktail, and basically these two are the same. This one's more, I don't know, squid looking, so you might want to use that, but this one's just another craw looking bait. Also, they have those paddle tails on their claws, so it really does some action. If you guys enjoyed that video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I really like doing these little tackle table things, or you know, just talking about how to rig stuff and things that I've learned and experienced and given to you guys. So if you guys like these, give it a thumbs up and comment below what you want to see next. And if you guys are interested, Smooch and Release, my brand, we're looking for pro staffers. If you guys want to help grow our brand, we want to help grow you. We have an established fan base already on Facebook and Instagram, so we'll help you guys grow. We're just looking for some help and some team members to work with. So if you're interested, check the description below. All the details on that are there. Anyway guys, I'm gonna go fishing now, hopefully using some bucktails for some big bass. If so, you'll see it in the next upcoming video. So stay real, smooch and release, and have some fun on the water. I'll see you next time.